Alright, hope everybody's having a great Sunday. It's Sunday evening. I had a video recorded, but I just never like how it goes, because when you have issues with eBay and stuff, it's really hard to make a video where you're trying to be constructive but yet positive at the same time, and that's what I'm trying to be in all these videos. Have some constructive criticism. It was kind of funny. I was watching Sports Card Radio, and I think Neo. I'm not really big into this. Sometimes their videos, but I just leave some of the. You should see some of the comments that are left on some of these things. I don't know if I have my comments left here, but let's see if I can find it. I guess Jeff Wilson did some sort of stupid rap or something like that, and there was two Jeff Wilsons. I don't know. And I said two Jeff Wilsons and a question mark, and I said that's why I left two question marks. I have no idea. And then I said something like, oh, what in the world? It is so dumb. But watching these, pardon my French, but these white guys trying to do rap, it's really embarrassing. Really, really embarrassing here. Oh, speaking of white guys doing rap, there's Jason the Zombie Collector. But anyway, I'll see if I can find that video where I don't have it here, but that's okay. You can look at Sports Card Radio or Neo or whoever you want and see what kind of comments people left, including me. But I went to the bins this morning because I was feeling kind of a little, off from the previous day. I did a little better today, but I had an unexpected business thing today, and so that took some time away from some much needed rest that I needed, and but I did recoup from the previous day, so I'm pretty happy. But it was a really difficult sell, so we won't get into that. I'll show you some of the Bizarro records. It would have been a really awesome collection if for some reason it hadn't gotten damaged in a flood or whatever. Some sort of damage had gotten to these records. The records inside were almost in mint condition, like they were played one time just to see what they sounded like. So we'll get into those, and then I'll talk a little bit more about eBay. This is Roland Prince. Color Visions. I don't see a lot of reggae or whatever. It's on Vanguard with a hole poked in the end of it there, and the record was in super mint condition there. I've not listened to this. I looked up to see if it has any value. It doesn't have a ton of value, but unfortunately it has some huge water damage on the end there. So that's really unfortunate there. And then we have a bunch of warping and staining, and these things stink. These stink. They did not get properly dried, so they're left in some sort of dark basement or whatever like that. They didn't have any heat damage, thankfully. And I wanted to show you the record that was in there. So it's a pretty clean example here, no warping. Color Visions, Roland Prince on Vanguard, recordings for the connoisseur. So that's pretty neat there, and the same on the other side there. Same label. So that's pretty neat there. I'll just toss that down there. Then I found this really weird thing. It's got a bunch of markings on it that somebody had mentioned. It says Steve. I'm not sure what it says there. Some sort of note that's, and then some other notes that I can't read that has totally been wiped out by some sort of crud on there. And it says Dora, and then the arrow. It says do not use. And you can do all kind of Dora Explorer jokes here, but this is Rocket Robert. And I could not find a copy of this on eBay. I haven't checked Discogs yet. Well, actually, that's not true. I did find this on eBay, but they were reissues. They were private label reissues or something like that, but I did not find an original. So I don't know how much original or different. This is some sort of synth, I think, and then you can see some gross staining there. But again, this one, the record that was do not use, other than I think probably my fingerprints, somebody's fingerprints, very, very mint. And I got these right when they came out, But there was some other really cool stuff. Unfortunately, way too weird or roached. What's funny is that this sleeve was in here. Walter Murphy's Disco Symphony. That was in there. That sleeve. I don't think that even belongs to it. And I believe that is the geek himself, Walter Murphy, in kind of a Dumb and Dumber / Napoleon Dynamite, suit. For prom night suit or whatever. It's crazy. That is almost suitable for framing, but where would I hang that? Where would that be a good place to hang? I know the whole joke. Hang it in the bathroom, hang it in a closet, hang it outside, out in the elements, all that, all those jokes, you know, that sort of thing. I found, oh, this is just mixed in here. But you know, when it presents an opportunity to get a bunch of bubble mailers, grab them. Because whether you use them as bubble mailer or packing for an inner sleeve, that's a great time to grab those. They only cost like probably, maybe not even 25 cents each. So that's worth it for me to grab those. I got one autographed album, and I got one autographed piece of an album. So this is Dennis Day sings Christmas is for the Family with orchestra and boys choir. And that is Dennis Day right there, not to be confused with Dennis Day from the Mickey Mouse Club. And that is, phew, blah, turn the fan the other way. This reeks. There is Jack Benny right there playing the old fiddle. Jack Benny plays a mean fiddle. Does Charlie Dent? No, okay. But anyway, it's been autographed by Dennis Day. It would have been cool if it's autographed by Jack Benny. But a very Merry Christmas to you, Dennis Day, quotation marks, Santa at the, and the gang. Santa and the gang. I'm not sure why he put quotation marks around Santa and or double quotation, I have no idea. Maybe that's not a quotation, maybe that's a part of the bag there. Oh, Santa and the... I have no idea. So that is really cool, but it reeks to high heavens. And then also the other thing is that there's no more of it. I left the record there because it reeked, and then there's this stain here, and the back essentially just fell off. Let's just say it fell off. So it's cheaper that way. Let's just say it fell off. So that's cool there. And then this has probably a really sucky autograph here, but it's kind of a cool one. This guy died in like 1978 or something, and it's again got the obligatory gross stain on it. And this is none other than Classical Music for People Who Hate Classical Music, Boston Pops Orchestra, Arthur Fiedler, conductor. Now, it's really hard to see there. You'll just have to trust me on this one. But Arthur Fiedler signed in pencil right there. I want to say that whoever had this probably met these celebrities. There's probably a disc jockey that had these for some sort of small radio station. Because there were all some records that were like for broadcast type things, you know, info or public service announcement. But some of those covers had been repurposed, and the public service announcement records were not in there. There was other things there, but Arthur Fiedler signed that in pencil. I want to say his autograph is not very much, but he died something like 1978, 1980, 81. Dennis Day died a long time ago too, so I don't know. Don't remember. I think Dennis Day died in 88 maybe, and Fiedler died in like the 70s or 80s. So there is that one. So that's kind of cool. But back to eBay very quickly because I got about 8 minutes here. So eBay has basically been treating everybody like dirt like this. And Rockstar Flippers, or Rockstar, you know, he's on YouTube. He's one of the big guys out there. He's always looking out for everybody. And the thing is that he was just going on about how terrible eBay's search engine is. And if you're trying to buy overseas cards, it's even worse. It's actually worse. There's all kind of hidden items, hidden listings. And I don't mean just clicking the worldwide tab. But it was funny, every time I tried to click for another card, from the exact same seller. Mind you, the exact same seller. So I typed in 1979 Topps or 1975 Topps. Here's 1979 Topps. 79. I know it's 78 Topps football, but in England it's 79 Topps football, not 78. And the same exact design, but different backs, of course. And the thing is that it's only $1.24, $3.65 for shipping for that particular seller. So that's perfectly fine. But I will say that, and he's got some sort of 12-cent or 13-cent adder for each additional card. But unfortunately, he said you may not be able to do the combined shipping deals through the United States vendor, him. I mean, what I mean is through the US eBay, and you may have to go to the UK eBay to do such. Because he had many cards that were buy 5. I think he even had some buy 3 and get 10 or something crazy, but he had buy 5 and get 5. And that did not work if you bought it through the US vendor. So that was kind of disappointing. But with that particular seller, you didn't get to pick very much. You just had to take whatever was left over if you were a set builder. If you were like a card collector, if you wanted some big names like George Best, or I'm learning some of these names. I can't think of somebody else right now. Bobby Charlton, Jack Charlton is kind of a popular one here because so there's other people that are kind of semi-stars, but I wanted to get, you know, some cards that I had very few of, and I also wanted to get a few cards I didn't have examples of, and also they have special cards in these sets like All-Stars and that sort of thing, and they're a little bit different. So I wanted to get some of those cards, see what those were like. So I did basically essentially did like a 10 card order, I want to say about 10 cards. And then I just had so much trouble. eBay was, you know, blocking me from this and that and the other thing. All these cards that you see right here from this seller were all blocked. I had to go to eBay UK to even find this freaking store. That was absolutely insane. Gum.card.shop. And I believe I've bought from him before. That's where I got a few of my other cards before. He did not have any of the Scottish cards that I was looking for. I mean, he did have Scottish soccer cards, but oh man, my throat is so dry. It's just so parched. But essentially, he did not have any of that. So I just picked out, you know, a few things that I would like to have. And I got it under $20. The shipping was exactly $5. I want to say it was exactly $5, if I'm not mistaken. Or it was very darn close to $5 for shipping, which is really cool. Maybe it maxed out at $5. I do not know. But that was kind of cool, and so that was not too bad because a U.S. seller sometimes is $5. You know, COMC is I think $5.50 now, maybe. I do not really remember. But anyway, I had an okay time at the bins. There was just stuff flying around as usual. And, you know, there's always drama there and stuff, and people getting stuff to people, you know, like, oh man, I wished I had gotten that. And, you know, there's just a lot of resellers there that just load their carts with all kinds of stuff. The price change did not seem to affect anybody there. It affected no one. But for the casual buyer, you know, like me, who buys 1 or 2 records or that sort of thing, you just still have to scrutinize whatever you do because, you know, I buy 3 records, 1 cover, and a couple of other things, and it's like, that'll be $7. You know, and they're all damaged records, more or less, you know. I'm going to go leave this video here in just a second and look up Discogs and see if I have anything great there. But that is what I have for you. I'm just so happy I got through the weekend. I had a drink and a pizza, and it just really... I was just really tired today, and it didn't intend on working, and I had to for a little bit, and it was just an absolute chore. An absolute chore. And the other thing is that I had to, and then it just threw my schedule off because I didn't get a great sleep last night. And then there was numerous other things that just caused me to feel that the drink and pizza that I had is just made me even more tired. So I guess I'll just have to have a glass of water because I ran out of drinks around here. I want to say drinks, but you know what I mean. Anything meaningful other than water. So I'll just have a good old-fashioned glass of water, and let me know how you're doing. Let me know how eBay has been treating you guys, and thank you for watching. Yeah.